Well, hello there. Welcome, excuse me, welcome to the whole bucket. I'm Cheryl, and this is day 23 of Defemmerember, your daily dose of ephemera inspiration in December. Today's prompts are flower and paper doll. This is probably going to be a quick one, but I've said that before, and then they don't end up quick. We'll see what happens. So let's move the prompt list out of the way. I have already pulled out my Advent Calendar tea for day 23. Oh, Peachy Cane. I think this is also a repeat. I know yesterday's was a repeat, and I think I really liked Peachy Cane. I think I did. So let's get our tea steeping. I still have my watercolor pencils out too, and I kept them out because I don't know, but we might use them again. We might. I think I might want some shadowing on this thing too. So here is a cabinet card. I learned that cabinet cards are actually a specific size, and that what I did here is not proper cabinet card size. So at some point or another, I think I'm going to, hey, the coffee's coming off, finally. Okay, some of it's coming off. Anyways, this cabinet card is not the right size, so I think that I'm going to play with cabinet cards at some other point and play with them in the right scale. But I needed a scale for these paper dolls that I have. I also noticed that I wanted to turn this paper doll into a fairy, and that I have been doing that an awful lot with my giraffe and my seahorse, and now this girl paper doll. I've been adding these butterfly wings to everything, which, I mean, that's not great, right? No variety. No variety. So I'm not sure I'm going to make this girl a fairy. At one point or another, it was the plan. Because I see the wings right there. But the giraffe and the seahorse were not intended. So once upon a time, she was the only one that was going to be turned into a fairy, and I don't know. It just got stuck in my brain, I guess. Let's round the corners on this cabinet card. So really, I'm taking this, I'm taking these prompts super literal, like I have most of the others, and I am doing, what are the prompts again? Paper doll and what? Flowers. So it's a flower background and a paper doll. And gosh, that's just not exciting at all, but whatever. I also... Oh, okay, I am going to go ahead and outline this in the darkest blue. Because it looks rather black actually, but if the blue gets pulled out in any way, shape, or form, it will match her hat and part of her dress. Her socks, her hat, her ribbon, her wings a bit, her flower a bit. Yeah, it all goes. So there we go, a cabinet card. This is printed on Superlight cardstock. And here's what I want to do. I want her to go here. I want this head and this hat. I think I must have wanted the hat Otherwise I wouldn't have put it in the pile, or maybe I was just thinking about it. And then I believe I put this flower on the hat and this birdie on her hand. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that. That's lovely. First thing we're gonna do though is find a blue gel pen. So here's a blue gel pen, and I am going to add a little bit of a blue stripe to her, the cuffs on her dress. Just because this didn't print all that great, right? So it's really hard to see some parts of her. I think I will change her buttons to blue. So let's just do nice blue buttons for this girl. And then let's try it again, only this time with the wings. Okay, yeah, that's enough. That's all I think that's all I want to do. So let's put her body back. And let's put the birdie back. And then I got some extra flowers, so we can add some different flowers or extra flowers or what have you. But then I think I want, oh, okay, whatever. I think I want her to be a fairy. I want her to be a fairy with a hat and a flower on her hat and a birdie hanging out with her. All right, let's see. Her wings are not supposed to be sticking out of the cabinet card. That's okay. They're gonna. Because if I shift her over, she covers up too much of the flowers that are in the background, and I wanted them to show up. So this is what we're doing. I think the very first thing to do is to decide where the wings go on this lady fairy. And I think they have to tip a little, because her body is a little tipped. So I think they go a little bit like that. What do you think? I think I'm not going to be able to tell unless I straighten this all out and straighten this in the camera as well. That's pretty straight in the camera. Now let's straighten it up here. Okay, I want her up a little higher. So the question is, where do the wings go? Mid-back, right? Or mid shoulders. So about like that? Does that look right? Or over there a bit. That looks more like it. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna hold this down and get a bit of glue stuck under there so that I can commit. I'm going to commit to this, guys. Oh, and it's slippery. Of course it is. It's sliding all around. All right. Okay, I like that. Let's give that glue a minute to set up. Let's give that glue a minute to set up. And I still have my jelly roll right there. I'm going to put a little dot of, a little glint of shine reflection on her eye. There we go. Okay, that's a bit much and it looks a little freaky. Not on screen though. Not too bad on screen. Should I put a little blue in her eyes? Oh my gosh, that's a little scary. I'm a little scared that that's gonna wreck her, but I'm gonna try something. Yep, I just wrecked it a bit. Okay, no, I got away with it. I think I got away with that, guys. I added just a touch of blue to her eyes, and I don't know that it's going to make, I don't think you're going to see a huge difference, but a tiny bit of difference. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I don't like edges that are not finished, but I don't know what color to use to go around the edges of this. I think I'm just going to do black. You know what? I'll use gray. Then it will at least be less, it'll be less intrusive than black. There. Yeah, I think that's a good color. Add a little extra to her hair. It's fine. It's fine. But I had some on my hands and now there's black on her face. Oh, I'm so frustrating. I frustrate myself so much. Okay, let's do the wings. That's kind of important. It's kind of important to do the wings. Really just give them weight and make them feel a part of the whole thing. All right, there we go. That's what we need, just like that. Let's do the same thing to her hat. And we'll do the same thing to the birdie. Because the birdie's going to have to stand out a little bit. He's going to need a little bit of help showing up. And we'll do the same thing to the flower, maybe. This might be harder to do because it's got all these tiny petals. Yeah, It's working. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. Okay, there we go. Now, if I do any of the other flowers on here somewhere, I will have to outline them too. But now all the pieces are ready. And let's start assembling this card. Let's get some glue on the back first. And I think we can use glue stick for this. This is all untreated paper now. The back of the butterfly is untreated paper, as is the paper doll, as is the cabinet card. Oops. I hear shoveling outside. It's about time. I think they've been very busy, and they have not gotten to my house till just now. But we are kind of snowed in. I mean, not terribly, no, but we do need it done. And there is someone outside doing it right now. Yay. So I'm going to use liquid glue on this part of the arm because it's going across the shiny coating on the wings. And that means it won't stick that great with the glue stick. Once it dries, it would just kind of get brittle and separate. Same with this section right here. And that should be good. I think we're going to be good right there. Blarg. Okay, we need a head on our fairy doll because it's a little, I mean, it's a lot less friendly if you have her with no head. It's just not as nice. I think because I made such a mess out of this, though, I'm going to have to try her hat in the other direction. So I had her hat originally this way, and I think I'm going to have to try her hat off this way. And it looks kind of okay, but kind of not. Let's see if I can shift her head a little bit. I put a wrinkle in her head. That's not quite what I wanted. There we go. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So we're going to go, I think, yeah. Okay, so just move it down a little bit and over a little bit. And I think that we can get away with this. And then I'll cover up a lot of that ink I got in the wrong place. Good grief, man. Clumsy girl. Clumsy girl. And then we need a flower on her hat so that we're using up that flower theme. And oh, okay, so the reason I have a birdie on her hand is because the animal that I had for today was the toucan. And I don't really have tropical stuff, and I didn't know what to do with the toucan, and I found it very uninspiring, and I thought, well, stop fighting. You know what? It's a bird, and you do have these little birds with the paper dolls, so use the bird it has, and just use the bird as a theme, and use the toucan somewhere else when you can, when it comes a little easier, right? Sometimes you need to go with the flow that's working for you rather than forcing things. Don't force things. All right, there is our paper doll on a cabinet card. I will, at some point, I think, tea dye paper the back of this so that it is now a journaling card, and get a sentiment to put maybe across here. And we have extra flowers. Do we want to put these anywhere? Like fine crayons, a specialty, Kenosha, Wisconsin. Do we maybe want to put an array of flowers down here instead of an... Yeah, actually, yes, I do. I want to put an array of flowers down there, but ooh, I have an idea. Uh-oh, she's got an idea. Look what I have sitting right next to me. I have a blue ribbon, and it kind of matches. So I'm going to cut this to go across. I'm going to cut this to go across the bottom and just fray it up a little bit on each end. Okay. And then I'm going to run this through the glue stick. So the glue changes the color of the ribbon, and the way to either make it look good or avoid much of a change is to make sure that the glue you're using, whatever kind it is, in this case the glue stick, make sure that it goes all the way across and it is a nice even layer. That way it's going to change it still, but it's going to change it in such a way that is nice and even and you can't really tell and all that jazz. So okay, so now we got a nice blue bottom that goes with the rest of some of the stuff in the picture. The rest of some. Wow. Words are hard. And then I'm going to get a sentiment over here. So I think I'm going to put these flowers a little bit differently than I had them. Instead of in the middle, I think I'll put them like this. That balance is nice. Now we have a little bit more weight over on the side where we just didn't before. And I think I'll just move it in a tiny bit, and I think I will do the outlines. And then I think we're going to pull out the watercolor pencils right here and sure enough add some shadow to this whole piece. I wonder if we'll pull out the Prussian blue like we used yesterday. Since I'm on a fairy kick, maybe I'm on a Prussian blue kick too. I think I'm going to try to not do that. I'm kind of making fun of myself right now. We'll see what happens when I open the box though. The Prussian blue might just jump right out at my hands and I won't be able to help it. It'll be out of my control. Could happen, right? Could happen. Okay, it probably won't happen. All right, there we go. There we go. Okay, those are lined. Let's get them glued into place. Yeah, let's just do some liquid glued smears. And I wanted to move it in a little bit, so let's move over a little bit like that. Biggest one first. Next. Beautiful. And this puppy right here. Now, if I had a supply of those things that I said are really missing and should be within my reach but are not, I could add little tiny leaves and little tiny glitter and little tiny details to all this stuff. So that's going to be a thing that I do. Let's try some Peachy Keen tea. My throat's getting a little dry. Oh, look at the color of that one. That's beautiful. It's a beautiful color. Oh, it's still really hot. Yeah, that one's delicious. And, oh, that feels so good on my throat. Okay. All right, let's pull out the watercolors and do some detailing on this card. I just put the brush away too. I love that particular brush. I wonder if I can find it again this fast. Apparently not. Okay, let's just take another one. I don't know what's going to happen because I apparently didn't clean it very well, or maybe it just had some permanent stuff on it. I don't know, but we'll find out in a minute because it might be a problem. So I think I'm going to do this, this green, whatever this is. What is this called? Juniper green, because it looks like it matches some of her wings, and it definitely matches some of the leaves in the background. And for shadowing, that might work really well. I'm going to do it a little more careful than I did with the seahorse yesterday, though. Just because I want the shadow to be a little bit more delicate with her. Yep, see there, it's a little too, that's too much. That's too much. I like the color though. The color was definitely right. I could totally buy that if there was a light on this girl, that is the color that would reflect. I don't even know if that's scientifically true, but I can buy it. So there we go. There we go. So I thought that when I had a black self-healing matte, because it was black, I thought it would soak up all the color and it would be less reflection. And it turns out that it's more. I get less glare and reflection when I have a puppy pad on, and that's white. And I have less glare and reflection when I have this pale blue. If anybody can tell me why that is, that would be awesome, because I thought those lighter colors, like white, for example, right, reflects all of the colors back. So I thought that would be more reflective. Why is it not more reflective? Why is it less? I would really like to know. I don't understand. I am confused, which is, you know, not necessarily anything new, but I still want to know. Tell me the science of it. All right. Let's get a little, oh shoot, did you see what I just did? I dipped my brush in my tea instead of the water. I'm going to get a little reflection or a little shadow under her chin. And then I did it right on her face. And it's soaking in and making her chin look goofy. I can fix that though. I will fix that. Wow. I am completely flustered by what I did. And now I'm just doing all kinds of stuff wrong. I want a little bit of shadow under her hat. There we go. I have to fix her chin now. And I don't know, I think I'll still drink my tea. I mean, it was such a tiny bit, it can't really hurt it, right? Let's see here. So I have these charcoal pencils that are flesh colors. I might have to wait till this dries to get it to really work better. But yeah, I can fix her face up once it dries. Or I can just put a bigger bow on her and have her chin partially covered up by a bow. Oh my goodness. I am ridiculous. I'm rushing. I'm nervous. I'm tense right now. I gotta stop. Just cool it, girl. Let's add some flesh color to her hand. I'd like her hands to be a little bit more differentiated from her dress. Okay, I just gotta wait for that to dry, and then I will further fix her face. But other than a sentiment and the backing paper for journaling space, I mean, you could journal on this, but I just like it to have more body to it and be a little bit better quality, right? I need a sentiment, but I'm happy with this. I really like this card, and let's take a look at where it could go, because oh my, it's as big as the book. I don't think this can go in the book unless I just go to the center of the signature. Well, I already have something tucked in there. I could tuck this in too, I guess. Who says there can only be one thing in the center? All right. So what if I have that tucked in and dragonflies? Or I could put the dragonflies elsewhere. No. The cabinet card just doesn't fit. I think this is a separate project. I think it just gets tucked in the back of the idea book as an extra idea. Because I didn't think that one through very well. Oh my gosh, look how fat this poor book is. And this is after I took some pages out of it when I accidentally cut the binding out. Good grief. This has been a comedy of errors through Defemorember. But yeah, 2 more days to go, and we'll fit stuff in there. It'll get in there somehow. Peach Cane tea is delicious, and it is really refreshing to my sore throat. So if you have a sore throat, find some Peach Cane tea and give it a try. Just lovely. And gosh, what a bright color. All right, so I will be back tomorrow with what? Coffee or tea. I will definitely have tea, and I have coffee ready. Where'd it go? I have it here somewhere, so it's ready. I'll find it. I swear I will. It's a great big jar. How could I lose it? Oh, I put it behind me. I have some instant coffee ready. So, I have that ready, and a specimen card. Never, ever, ever, never have I ever done a specimen card. So I don't know how I feel about that. We'll see. That's all for today. Anyways, thank you for hanging out with me. Let me know what you think about my fairy cabinet card and my fairy fixation, because everything seems to be going that way. Although the seahorse wasn't a fairy, remember? It was just fins. Fancy fin seahorse. Whatever. I'm overusing my butterfly wings. See you tomorrow. Have a lovely evening, or day, or whatever. Bye.